WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the morning show. Yes, we are live on the air. This is Andre with Mr. C. Allen.
Oh my Lord,
okay?
Oh my Lord.
Good morning, everybody. I'm in here. And guess what? This is a holiday. And we are going to have a great time today because not only do we have some wonderful vendors calling in, but we also have Mr. C. Allen's last part, his last installment in the business series. So everybody, get your pens, your paper, call anybody who's interested in doing business. Call them and have them just listen in to this because this is going to be exciting as usual. How you doing this morning, C. Allen?
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm telling you, this is our final week that we're doing the business series. If you're just tuning in, of course, this is the C. Allen Morning Show. It's about beauty, fashion, beauty education, life skills. We're talking about how to build a clientele. If you have a stylist or barber or anyone that's in the beauty industry, or not just in the beauty industry, but anyone that is just basically wanting to build a clientele, you need to have them to call us. Call us so we can talk to them and answer their questions in reference to building a clientele. So what's going to happen is, Andre, we just have a couple of announcements, but definitely we want you to call us 1-800-450-7876 if you have questions about anything about how to build a clientele. That is our last segment of our business series. We've been so fortunate, Andre, to have Henrietta Robinson. She's going to call in on the next hour, who owns Zenith Technical Institute, Career Institute, and she's going to talk to us about building a website. So I'm telling you now, for all of you, and I know that I'm so excited today because we have people who are listening that normally would be at work, and I'm telling you, all of you that are listening, make sure you take an opportunity to go to our website, which is www.callanmorningshow. That's CALAN morningshow.com, so you can listen to the past shows as well as give us some feedback. And what kind of shows do you want to hear? What kind of shows would you like for us to discuss? Now, today we're talking about how to build a clientele. I'm going to give you an opportunity to get your pen and papers ready while we go over some announcements. Get your pen and papers ready. How to build a clientele. Now, last week, Andre, we had Kersey, Miss Kersey. She won the flat irons from Red Pro because she was able to tell us what we talked about on the air in reference to last week. We talked about the business plan, how to present a business plan in order to get funding. So that happened on last week.
I was really impressed too how she just basically knew the whole show.
She knew the show, and that's just wonderful. We tell all of you the importance of getting up. It's only Monday from 10 to 12 to listen to the show, as well as you can go on your cell phones. You can go to callanmorningshow.com, click live, listen live. It's just so many ways that you can listen to us. But first, let me start off by saying I think that a lot of people may think because 700 Monroe Street Northeast, which is the Bennett Career Institute, a lot of people think, Andre, because of that street closed in front of there, that you can't get on that block. I need all of our clients to know. First of all, you must remember now that every Tuesdays and Wednesdays is half price days. Every Tuesday and Wednesday is senior citizen days. And I got a lot of seniors who listen to me in the morning. Everything is half off for seniors every Tuesday and Wednesday. It is super important that you start to come back to the Bennett Career Institute. We do have parking now. All of our seniors, you like to come in early, get you a good parking spot. 700 Monroe Street, Northeast Washington, D.C. I don't know too many places, Andre, where you can go and you can get a $10 wet set. You can get a $5 haircut. I don't know where you can go where you can get an $18 relaxer. And all of this is done under supervision from the instructors.
And the Bennett people, they're just, the students are just awesome. I mean, because they spend a lot of time trying to get better, and you can tell, you can see it in the production.
Yeah. Okay, so listen now. So I wanted to share with you that the clinic is open, and it is so important that all of our clients, those of you who stepped away, I saw Dr. Harvey on this past Saturday from UDC. She's one of our listeners as well. She didn't know that the street was back open. So it's very important that you stop by to the Bennett Career Institute. Now, we have Susan on the line. We ask Susan, everyone, to call in every week because some of y'all are still like to wait to the last minute to do everything. Now, we're not going to do that. We're not going to wait to the last minute. Now, one thing that I did say, and I have no problem making sure that Susan and them get that, and that is for those of you who said, I have lots of listeners who call and said they're not on the computer. If you're not on the computer, come over to the Bennett Career Institute. You got to come out to that meet and greet to see Derek J. from Real Housewives of Atlanta and Janelle Sealy Smith. What's happening is that they have an educational tour, and a lot of my listeners who are listening today, because you off work, this may be your first time, so I'm going to let Susan tell you exactly what's going to happen on November 10th. But what is important is that sale is going to end this week, so you must make sure that you register. Good morning, Susan. Tell us what's going to happen on November 10th and 11th.
Good morning, C. Allen. How are you?
Awesome.
Good, good. So on November 10th and 11th, we have the fabulous Derek J. from Atlanta Housewives and the extremely talented stylist, Miss Janelle Sealy Smith. Well, they're both extremely talented, coming to the Bennett Career Institute. On that Sunday the 10th, we're going to have a meet and greet where everyone will have an opportunity to hang out, take pictures, network with other stylists, which is important, and other students, and they will get there'll be prizes, there'll be food, there'll be fun, there'll be entertainment, and Janelle will be breaking her weaving record of doing a full head weave in under 10 minutes.
Wow.
I have instructed her to try to do it under 8, but it'll be a full head weave, sew in and everything. So it'll be a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment, and opportunity to network. And then on that Monday, education, 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 which is key. They'll both be doing a look and learn class and a hands-on class, cut, color, weave, styling, and more. It's a must-attend event. You can't miss it. I mean, it's going to be phenomenal. So I need everybody to log on and register or call in or whatever, however you need to get to us. You need to get to us because you don't want to miss this. I mean, this is a critical, time in your career where there's so much competition that if you don't stay educated and stay ahead of the game, you can lose out. So we are bringing education to you through the Bennett Career Institute with 2 phenomenal stylists.
Well, one thing I would say, Susan, is that over the years of me knowing you and Kamal, Total Media Group, you all put on outstanding classes. I remember the last class that you guys came to Washington. It was really awesome. What's going to happen is that we have a team that's going to go out this week, and they're going to go to all of the local beauty schools to let them know. And then we have our street team that's as they go out for the Celebrity Beauty Weekend, they're also putting those flyers in all of the salons. So I'm telling you now, if you are listening to us, one thing that Susan and I did not put on the flyer, but I'm telling you, and that is that the meet and greet is open to the public. If one more client come up to me and say, can I come out to meet Derek J? The meet and greet is open to the public. We have a $10 ticket for the first 50 people. A $10 ticket for the first 50 people, but at the end of this week, it must go back to the $20 because we're going down to the wire. It is so important that you go on our website and look at the flyer. On that flyer is a 631 phone number. If there's an issue and you would rather call, pay over the phone, what have you, you need to call that number, get more information. You can call that number. And Susan's going to give you, because all of my students in class right now, because Susan, this is my classroom, all my students in class already have their pen and paper. So Susan, I want you to give them not only the web address, but give them the phone number in case they want to call you and pay through you over the telephone.
Got you. All right, you can either log on to www.clickonbeauty.com. That's clickonbeauty.com. And or you can call 631-924-9767.
You can't beat that. Give that number one more time, Susan.
631-924-9767.
Okay.
Call us and we will help you. We'll walk you through it, whatever it is. When you go to the website, it's right there in the top right-hand corner. You can click on the button. It'll take you directly to the registration page. Let's get it going because you don't want to miss out, and you don't want someone else to have your spot.
And then also what's happening is that we want you to bring a friend. So when you call, if you're part of that first 50 people, go ahead and get 2 and 3 tickets for other loved ones that may want to come out and enjoy, especially the demonstrations, especially the hands-on. And I don't know why they're calling the radio station, but we want you to make sure that you call the number that Susan just listed. Now, another thing, Susan, that I noticed, and we got to go to break, and I do thank you, Susan, but another thing I noticed was you had a lot of great videos, a lot of great magazines, a lot of great things in the beauty industry on your website. So for those of you who may not be interested in that, but you want to further your career through videos and further your career through magazines with technical things in the back, make sure you go to clickonbeauty.com. All right, Susan, we'll talk next week. I want you to have a wonderful week now.
Thanks, you too. Appreciate it.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
Susan.
All right, everybody. It's break time. When we come back, we're going directly to class, how to build a clientele, here on the Sea Island Morning Show.
I can't wait.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
This traffic report is brought to you by State Employees Credit Union. We're seeing no issues on the Capitol Beltway at this time on both the inner and outer loops across the American Legion and the Wilson Bridges. Military Road at Connecticut Avenue, traffic lights aren't working. That's also affecting Connecticut Avenue and Nebraska Avenue as well due to a powder outage in the area. Metro Rail running on a modified Saturday schedule. No MARC trains for today. Make the easy switch to CQ. Get the tools you need like free debit cards. Ditch your bank and switch to CQ. Visit secumd.org. CQ, different direction. Your forecast partly sunny for today. Highs in the upper 60s. It's 63 right now. This report brought to you by Dulles International Airport. From Mid-Atlantic to the Middle East with nonstop flights to 7 Middle Eastern cities, plus 46 other international destinations. Dulles International to take you everywhere. I'm Jerry Hoyt for News Talk 1450 AM WOL, where information is power.
Jen, I have something to tell you. Yesterday, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
How about a slice? Let's hit the food court.
Jen, I have something to tell you. Yesterday, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Well, we could just go see the 740 movie instead of the 645.
Jen, I have something to tell you. Yesterday, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
You just need some new earrings and you'll feel a lot better.
When a friend tells you they've been diagnosed with a mental illness, it can be a little awkward. But what's even more awkward is, if you're not there for her, she'll be less likely to recover.
Jen, I have something to tell you. Yesterday, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Girl, I am here for you. Whatever it takes.
Mental illness. What a difference a friend makes. For more information on how to help a friend dealing with mental illness, go to whatadifference.org. This message is brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
To the Redskins. All right, everyone, here we're live back here on the Sea Island Morning Show. I tell you, we have some Oakland Raiders folks in this room, but I rebuke that spirit in the name of Jesus.
Real Raider fans up in here.
Listen, we got to move forward because we got to get this how to build a clientele, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about before Henrietta calls in. But listen, let me tell you, we have Samantha on the line, and Samantha and maybe Sasha. Mm-hmm. But listen to me. Before they get started, let me tell all of my listeners this. Now, I know that I have listeners from all over the place, but everyone need to make sure that they're in the place January 11, 12, and 13. January 12th and 13th, especially at the Washington, D.C. Convention Center. 2014 is the Celebrity Beauty Weekend. We're starting the weekend off right. We're starting the weekend. It's the Celebrity Beauty Weekend. We have celebrity hairstylists coming in. We have celebrity makeup artists coming in. We're doing free classes to the public. We have a trade show with awesome vendors. All of that is going to be going on and taking place in January. And we're so excited because I know I have a lot of seasoned listeners today. And they love them some Floyd Roberts. And they can't put the Floyd Roberts down, and they try other stuff, but they go back to their Floyd Roberts. And I'm telling you, we have Samantha and Sasha on the line. Now Henry just gave me that there's nowhere in the world that Chapman is going to read all of this, praise the Lord, about Samantha being born in New Jersey. And we're not doing none of that. Military, no, we're not doing that. Ladies, welcome to the Seattle Morning Show.
Good morning.
Okay, so then talk to me real quick now. Today we're talking about how to build a clientele. And my students, this is my classroom, and my students are waiting for me to get started. But we had to bring on another vendor. Every week until the big event, a different vendor is going to come on that have signed up with us to talk to us about what are they going to be bringing to the Celebrity Beauty Weekend. So first, ladies, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then go into the awesome thing that's going to take place at your booth in January.
Good morning. How are you doing today, Chad?
Wonderful.
Great. Now, this is Samantha for everyone listening. We hope your morning is going very blessed. Basically, I'm from Virginia, from the Virginia area. I've been selling Floyd Roberts cosmetics for over 6 years now. Started at the #1 cosmetic kiosk in the nation, Potomac Mills Mall in Woodbridge, Virginia. I've been in love with the product since I started selling the brand. It is the #1 brand for women of color, first brand for women of color. So after I finished school, I opened up my business. It's in Westfield Wheaton Mall, and it's been booming ever since. The ladies are loving Floyd Roberts. We're promoting. We're letting everyone know that the brand is still alive. And I'm here with my business partner, Sasha, and she can tell you a little bit about herself as well.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Sasha Bosch. I'm so pleased to be on this show this morning and just speaking on this amazing brand of makeup. I'm from Virginia as well. I met Samantha in the same location in Potomac Mills Mall in Virginia, and that's where we kind of grew and developed into the celebrity makeup artist that we are today. We've only been using this brand from the beginning, and we've been teaching these ladies the right way to do it, and they love it out here. So we are, like she said, we are in Westfield Wheaton Mall, and we travel all over the DMV, abroad, teaching how to apply the makeup to makeup artists and mentoring on the kids about the look, about the image, and just really perfecting the look of these ladies' foundation out here. So it's definitely a pleasure.
And you know what, Sasha, one of the things that I realize this is going to be the 9th annual Celebrity Makeup Symposium that we're doing. And one thing that I realized that a lot of, especially African-American women, a lot of them, they don't wear makeup because they don't know how to wear makeup.
Right.
And I noticed that a lot of times, and one of the things that I think is great is Floyd Roberts is a really awesome brand. Talk to me a little bit about why you feel that the brand is so awesome.
It's awesome because the way that it glides on, the perfection of the match, meaning we have the red undertones, we have the yellow undertones. If you're in between, you can blend the powder and it'll match perfectly. It's the way we teach it, we keep it very simple. We just take our cosmetic sponges, we dab it in the areas where you want the coverage, and then you just lightly brush your powder on. And the way that those two combinations go together, it's so easy and simple, and the ladies will realize that this is the look that they've been wanting. This is the natural, the sophisticated, the smooth, the even tone look that they want. And then soon as you sit in our chair, that's it. You're gonna get the stuff. And then you're gonna want more. And the way that it's made, the quality of it. This is not just play makeup that we're dealing with over here. This is the number one brand, and it's in the way that it's sophisticated, and it's not like it doesn't wash your face out. A lot of our ladies are getting washed out by all these different brands of makeup out here because they don't know. So it's absolutely great that we're pushing this brand out here for the 9th year, and it's going to be very successful.
So tell me this: what separates Floyd Roberts from all the other makeup brands out there?
Basically, it doesn't separate itself. It started it. It is the start. It's the first brand catered for women of color. So African American, Asian, Latina, Indian, etc. It is that first brand for them, and anything else under that will fall under it. And it's just it's a brand that's catered for the people that it caters to. It's a more natural brand of makeup for the woman of color, for the classy, for the sophisticated, for the business women, for the everyday women, for the teachers, for the doctor, for the nurse, for any type of profession that you're dealing with. If you just want your face to look like you barely have anything on, but it does something to you, or someone has to ask, "Oh, are you wearing makeup, or your skin just looks good?" That's what you want. That's how your makeup is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a secret. It was never supposed to be, "Oh, I have a face full of makeup on," unless you're in that genre. But that's more so of how Floyd Roberts is explained. It's the first. So it's legendary.
Well, ladies, I'll just say this in closing, and that is that I believe that it is an awesome brand. When we look for vendors for our conference, we anticipate about 5,000 people coming out. And when we look for vendors, we look for quality. Right. And when Henry came in, when Andre got on the phone and said that he had the Floyd Roberts representatives on the line, I thought it was fantastic because I said, I'm not going to tell my whole story, but I said, because at my booth I was going to have Floyd Roberts along with the Black Opal, only because of the integrity of the product. The product is awesome. The product is awesome. You can't find a lot with. Now I'm not going to say you can't find, but the truth is there is not a lot of different products out there for women of color that's going to give you that perfect match, and that is what part of the problem is. And so one of the things that I think is going to be great for these ladies here at SNS, what they're going to be doing is when you go by their booth, they're going to help you match your foundation tone. They're going to help you match your tone. They're going to explain to you, a lot of people have orange, they have reds, they have yellow tones, they all kinds of stuff. They're going to explain to you how great the Floyd Roberts is going to be able to match with your skin. So all of you who are listening, make sure when you come to the beauty weekend, you stop at the Floyd Roberts booth, because not only do they have specials and deals, but they're actually matching foundations. So you can leave there making sure that you have the correct foundation. Isn't that right, ladies?
That's right.
And then tell us really quickly, because we have to go. Tell us where, if they can't wait until January, they want to get some Christmas items. They would like to be a blessing to other folks. I tell you, I may need to come out there myself, because I said I have a problem going to church and looking at a choir stand and see that some of these ladies clearly got on the wrong shade of foundation. But don't get me started today. The show is not about foundation.
Have a seat.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so do not get me started. So tell us where you are in Wheaton again. We have to go. Tell us the kiosk. Tell us where you are in Wheaton, and if there's a number somebody can get in touch with you guys, or a website.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are local, we are located in Westfield Wheaton Mall. That is in Silver Spring, Maryland. And you can also contact us at 240-893-9486 or 9487. Please contact us, ladies. We are here to help, and we are here to entertain you. And we hope you all have a blessed morning.
All right. And so then also really quick, ladies, you guys do makeovers for events and all of that as well.
Correct.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Samantha and Sasha. I'm sure that Henry is going to book you guys again before January, so we can talk to you more about your items that you're going to be having for sale around the holidays. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We can't wait. Bye.
Have a good one, ladies.
All right, everyone. Now, I hope you have your pen and paper out. How to build a clientele. I have 10 things that we're going to tell you when we come back on break. So you need to make sure you have that pen and paper ready. What are the 10 ways that you can build a clientele? I'm so tired of stylists saying, I don't have any money, I have to get a part-time job. I'm so tired of stylists saying, I can't build a clientele. I'm so tired of barbers swinging around in the chair on their cell phone because they're not busy. I'm tired of people blaming the shutdown. I'm tired of people talking about the economy. I'm tired of people talking about the recession.
Calm down, Ciala. Calm down. It's okay, Ciala.
I'm sick of it! So when we come back off the break, I'm going to talk to you folks about how to build a clientele. In the meantime, 1-800-450-7876. If you have questions about how to build your clientele, or if you having a problem, an issue with the salons, I want to hear from you. A lady hit me on Facebook, and she says, my second question, why do people in the beauty field hair always look a mess? I thought my doctor didn't take care of himself. I wouldn't go to him either. So, I'm getting all kinds of questions and things on Facebook. So I want you to hit me up after break. When we come back, we're going to go over how to build a clientele, 10 ways that will make you successful in the beauty industry as well as in any industry. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Morning, I'm Doug Parrish. Here's the latest from News1.com. Brought to you in part by Dulles International. From mojitos in Miami to seafood in Seattle, Dulles International will take you everywhere. Frustration with the government shutdown boiled over on the National Mall. Hundreds of people, many of them veterans, converged on the World War II Memorial on Sunday and forcibly removed barriers at the site.
We have had enough. We're out here for a multitude of reasons, but you shutting down the Veterans Memorial was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, that man came all the way from Tennessee to attend the event. Some of the protesters then marched to the White House afterwards. Well, meanwhile, some lawmakers on Capitol Hill say they believe they are making progress on reaching a debt ceiling deal. Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin told NBC's Meet the Press that he expects progress in negotiations that are going on in the Senate. Both Democrats and Republicans believe they can reach a deal to raise the debt ceiling before this Thursday's deadline. It was a tense situation in Arlington last night. Police bomb squads detonated a pipe bomb that was found inside a car in the Arlington Heights area of the county. Julie Carpenter has more.
Investigators say patrols noticed a pipe inside a vehicle with New York license plates Sunday afternoon and pulled it over near South Highland Street. The robot blew up the device while it was still inside a few hours later. A department spokesman says a 63-year-old New York man was taken into custody for questioning, but his name has not yet been released.
And that was Julie Carpenter reporting. In sports, the Redskins got toasted on special teams and in the process got dropped by the Cowboys 31-16. MLB playoffs, the Red Sox beat the Tigers 6-5. And the American League Championship Series is now tied at 1 game apiece. And we're brought to you in part by CQ. Make the easy switch, ditch your bank, and switch to CQ. I'm Doug Parrish. When you're looking for news for Black America, go to News1.com.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
All right, everybody. Today we're talking about how to build a clientele. The first thing, Andre, that is super important, and this is the most important thing, and that is customer service. Andre, before I begin, tell me, in your opinion, what do you think we mean when we say customer service?
Customer service is making the client feel like they are the most important person on the planet. Making them feel like a star, making them feel like a celebrity, pampering them, taking care of them, smiling with them, laughing with them, being a real person, not being somebody that's hired to do anything, but being a friend.
And let me tell you, thank you, Andre. What happens, everyone, is customer service, and Andre hit it on the head. A lot of people ask me, how can I work on celebrities? I want to do celebrities. It starts with the customer service piece. That celebrity is the Joe Blow. That celebrity, instead of Mary J., is Mary J. Johnson. First of all, you have to learn how to treat ordinary, normal people, because celebrities are ordinary, normal people. Everybody that's sitting in your chair, you have to give them the utmost customer service. One thing that is crucial is missing in our society today, especially with the younger folk, and that is they have no customer service. I have a problem, Alonzo, when I go into places like Giant and other places where I'm spending my money, and when it's my turn and the ladies just start ringing up my stuff, they don't even acknowledge that I'm there. They just start ringing up, and then they tell me what the price is. No, ma'am. No, sir. You're not going to do that to me. I have a problem when I go into places like banking institutions and other places, and you walk in the door and there's a greeter standing there and they do not acknowledge you. I turn around and I walk out. I'm not going to patronize people that do not have customer service. Your customer service has to be on level 20, on level 1,000. In order for you to build a clientele, it's about customer service. What does that mean? That means if you don't have a water machine in your place, you stop by the Giant, Costco, someplace, and you get you some waters that's $3-4. You put them in a little $59 refrigerator that you got in the bag, and you go to IKEA and you get you some nice wine glasses and you offer them a nice cold beverage, a glass of water. How much is that going to cost you? When they go under the dryer, you go up to them and ask them what kind of magazine of choice would they like to read if they would like a magazine while they're under the dryer. You never leave your clients, go to the store, all that kind of stuff while they're sitting in the dryer. No, ma'am, no, sir. Your customer service has to be A1 from the time they walk in the door. Part of the problem, Henry, is you see people who bring their problems into the workplace. And when you bring your problems and situations into the workplace, your customer service will never be on 1,000 because you're thinking about what happened to you last night. You're thinking about the bills. You're thinking about this bill. You're thinking about that bill. It's not going to work that way. If you're going to work on consumers, and if you expect consumers to pay you their hard-earned money, you have to go beyond the call of duty.
You know, see, Alan, just to tell you a little bit, you know, I also do facials as well as I'm a barber. You know that because I've given you a few facials. But this past weekend, see, Alan, I had the privilege to give a lady a facial. And when I gave this lady a facial, I isolated her to herself. I made her feel comfortable. I played the best music that I knew she would like. She was just jamming out, and we were laughing and joking and having a great time.
And you know, it's funny you said that because when we talk about facials, you don't give a client a facial when there is a lot of noise going on, when there is a full barbershop or full salon. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to schedule your facial treatments. If you don't have a private room, then you schedule them on days where the salon is not going to be as busy so that person can get the full effect of having a nice facial, because a facial is supposed to be a relaxing time.
That's right.
So one of the things that I think is important is treat your clients like a king or a queen. I think Henrietta is on the line. Good morning, Henrietta.
Good morning. Good morning, Chet Bennett. How are you today?
Awesome. So everyone, today the first one is customer service, making sure that you give the customer the utmost. One of the things that I find, Henrietta and Andre, that I think is funny to me, and that is, even when people call on the telephone, you are supposed to convey a smile over the phone. They're supposed to know they're supposed to pick up instantly that you are an upbeat, that you are positive, that you are ready to service them. If you have a job and the phones are constantly ringing, and when it gets to the point where your customer service tends to begin to lack, that's when it's time for you to get another job, sweetie. Because the important thing about building a clientele is having a great customer service base. You have to be professional. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated, and you have to take them to the next level in reference to performance. The second thing is how to build a clientele is volunteerism. I can't express to you enough how the Bennett Career Institute, we do so many free activities throughout the year. And people would say to me, Mr. Bennett, why do you go to every place, from all the mayor events to senior buildings to working with the homeless shelter to HIV and AIDS to transgender teenagers, all this kind of stuff. Why in the world do you do all of that? Henrietta, I learned even on Christmas Eve, we're at Berry Farms. Oftentimes, a lot of times, people become loyal to you when they know that you are doing things to support other people that's less fortunate. So even though we are a for-profit business, to be able to offer services to people, there is a sure way, because it's about sowing and reaping. We teach the students at the Bennett Career Institute that it's better to give, because when you give, it's going to come back super time. So it is so important that when we talk about volunteerism, when we're talking about doing things for the public, you're not going to be a fool. You're not going to give away your business, but every time you turn around, everybody gets free services. No, but you're going to orchestrate it right so it can be an event to where you're giving back to the community. And let me just share one quick one. We at the C. Allen on Martin Luther King, we wanted to brush up on short hair. What we did was we went around the corner to Good Hope Road to the methadone clinic. We brought back 8 to 10 girls. We cut and styled and did an outstanding job on their hair. Ms. Robinson, do you know that for the next 3 solid weeks right after that, the salon was packed to capacity?
Exactly.
Why? Because they went out, people knew their situation and saw how beautiful they looked, and they wanted to know, where did you get that hair done? And they told everybody they knew about the C. Allen Salon at 2100 Martin Luther King. But it was because we went out and we did an act. And by doing that act, we didn't charge them, but we got the money back plus some, because when they went out and they told other people. So when you want to know about why should I volunteer, why should I give back, you're not giving back to receive something. No, what you're doing is you're giving and you're teaching your people how to give, because the law of reciprocity is whatever you sow, you reap. So the first thing to building a clientele is customer service. The second thing is volunteerism, schools, churches, etc. The third thing on how to build your clientele is you have to offer discounts and specials.
That's right.
You have to offer discounts and specials. What I'm telling you is that a lot of times, Henrietta, we're living in a society now where everybody wants something for nothing. So what we have to do is we have to be able to fine-tune that by offering specials. What's wrong with if you bring a friend, you get this off? What's wrong with the 2-for-1 special? We have the father and son special. We have my girlfriend and I special. We have all kinds of specials that will allow people to really get that good experience. What people have to understand, Henrietta, is you need them to get in your place of business that one time.
Exactly.
They get in that place of business at one time, and then you treat them like they are gold, and they will always be back. Let me just say this, and I'm going to get a lot of hate mail from this, but let me just say this. Let me say this. I train my students, you're in a salon, and I'm in one chair, Henry's in another chair, Henrietta's in the third chair. Henrietta has to go out today because her boyfriend is taking her somewhere. So she goes out on the town, and her clients come in the door. Henrietta says, Henry or C. Allen, y'all can take my clients today because my man taking me out. Okay, no problem. What do you think I'm going to do, Henrietta? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do your clients so good. I'm going to treat them so well. I'm going to pull out the red carpet treatment Because if I pull out the red carpet treatment and if I do things that you're not doing, there's a possibility that that client is now my client.
Correct.
It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, a lot of people fall short when they do not give 100% customer service, when they do not give specials and discounts. Oftentimes we take our clients for granted. When they come to us on a consistent basis, we make them sit longer. We put other people in front of them. Oh, she's cool. That's Miss Henrietta. She'll be fine. She comes to me every week. You have to remember that you must put them first. If they have a 10 o'clock appointment, they need to be in that chair no later than 5 after 10. If they have a 10 o'clock appointment and that's your first appointment, what time should you be there, Henry?
9:45.
You need to be there at least 9:30. You need about 30 minutes to go ahead and make sure that your implements are clean, that you set up that area, that you already know. Do you know, Henrietta, that a lot of stylists out here don't even have a clientele book? What?
Oh, I believe that.
They don't even have an appointment book.
Why not? How you gonna keep up your appointments if you don't have an appointment book?
Because
when you don't have clients coming in, there's nothing more disappointing than an empty appointment book. So I guess they figure a piece of paper will do each day.
Wow. Which is really unfortunate. All right, everybody. So listen, customer service, volunteerism, specials and discounts. And then before we go to break, our fourth one is referrals. When we come back, Henrietta's going to pick up with referrals here on the Sea Island Morning Show. We're talking about how to build a clientele. That could be whatever industry. How do you build a clientele? Call somebody that owns a business behind a booth, behind a chair. Tell them they need to tune in to the Sea Island Morning Show, 1450 a.m., where information is power. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
This traffic report brought to you by Hammermill Paper. Seeing no issues on the Capitol Beltway on both the inner and outer loops. Looks good across the Wilson Bridge. Route 50 looks good. No issues on Route 50, the John Hanson Highway. Baltimore-Washington Parkway traveling without any incidents at this time. Do have signals not working in the area of Military Road and Connecticut Avenue and Northwest. That's a power outage in the area. It also affects Connecticut Avenue and Nebraska Avenue as well. Hammermill Paper, made right here in the USA, is 99.99% jam-free guarantee. Don't you wish traffic was? Hammermill, no worries. And now your weather brought to you by CQ. Today, sunshine, upper 60s. Tonight, clearing, down around 52. And for tomorrow, mostly sunny, highs in the upper 60s. It's 63 right now. Make the easy switch to CQ. Get the tools you need like free debit cards. Ditch your bank and switch to CQ. Visit secumd.org. CQ, different direction. I'm Jerry Hoyt for News Talk 1450 AM WOL, where information is power.
Hello, this is Suffering the Odds, Mind Control Album Volume 1, Series 1. Welcome, stroke victim. Feel free to think for yourself. However, all independent actions from here out will be forbidden. You have had a stroke. Do not attempt to dance. Do not attempt to walk. Do not attempt to drive a car. Use the restroom alone, or make a phone call. You will follow the instructions found on this record. Sit there silently and suffer the odds. Please turn the record over. Please turn the record over. Please turn the record over.
The odds are African Americans are twice as likely to suffer a stroke as white Americans. But there are steps you can take to help beat the odds. Call 1-888-4-STROKE or go to strokeassociation.org.
Join the power to end stroke.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
News Talk 1450 WOL-AM, where information is power.
All right, everyone, we're back here live. We have Henrietta Robinson on the line, and Henrietta, we're going to go back to how we did it last week. That as we bring up some of the things I want you to kind of comment on. So let's just review for our listeners. The first thing about how to build a clientele, number one, customer service.
Correct. With customer service, when you care about your clients will care about you. And even at a point in your business where you may have some glitches or hiccups, those clients will remember how they were treated by you when things were going well, and they will rally behind you. They will go out and they will become your best foot soldiers.
Absolutely.
When you care. Sometimes you can have the worst product and the best customer service,
Absolutely.
and you're going to beat out your competitor each and every time because of good customer service.
Absolutely. Number 2, volunteerism.
You know, I find that is so important. Number one, from a personal standpoint, but also from a business standpoint. An easy way that I found to manage that each year, I already start out the year knowing I am going to provide services and to provide volunteer services to about 5 or 6 charities or churches. So when I get the call, I'm just kicking it off going, hey, I was waiting for your call, and I'm very happy to receive that call because I've already earmarked at the beginning of the year that I am going to go out into the community and give back any way I can, so including giving classes away.
That's
to
right.
help people find jobs.
And you know what, Henrietta, what I've noticed also is some students who enroll in school, they say to me, oh, you guys came to my church, you guys came to my school, you guys came to the homeless shelter where my mom was, things like that, and then they end up enrolling in the program. So you never know the bountiful blessings that you will receive by volunteering and giving back. Number 3 was specials and discounts.
Yes, with specials and discounts. You know, in terms of what people are looking for, people want value for their dollar. But it goes beyond that. It's also about getting people in your chair. It's also about bringing people into your business. People need that. They have to. They want incentives to come in and do business with you. Now, once you get them, then that, you know, the victory is won. You know, a lot of times when I run specials and it's 2-for-1 specials, people are like, oh, my gosh, you know, you're giving away a class. And I'm like, do you know I wouldn't have had that one person if I had not run the special? So
Exactly.
It's about getting that one person in. And I'm okay with providing the free service because you know what happens, Chet? Soon you have 2 new clients, not just one.
Exactly.
That person that came for free, they become a paying client.
Exactly. Now, number 4, we talk about referrals. When we talk about referrals, we're talking about being able to go out there. Go ahead, Henrietta.
Okay, yes, with referrals, I mean, the power of referrals, number one, we don't know enough people on our own.
Amen.
And so we have to build these pipelines of these foot soldiers that are constantly out there doing our bidding. Multi-level marketing I'm not a big advocate of most of them, but I will say the one thing that it taught me was the power of feet on the street, getting people out there, doing your bidding, talking up your business for you. But what is the incentive to get people to do it? And that is the referrals. Everything from creating some type of referral program, an affiliates program that let people know, oh, you refer someone to my business, and the next time you come in, you get 25% off your next service.
And you know what?
So you are doing something. You're giving people incentives to go out there and do your marketing for you.
Mm-hmm. And you know what that reminds me of, Henry? That reminds me of Refer 3, Come Free. And that is what we're doing for the Celebrity Beauty, Celebrity Makeup Symposium. We're telling all of our people that are registering as well as our students, if you go out and you refer 3 people and they actually sign up and register, you will come for free. That's what we mean by referrals. Breaking it down in reference to the stylist, what we tell a lot of them, one of my salons, I have 2 salons that is very close in proximity to Howard University. We tell them, go and get a student, a struggling student that do not have a lot of money. You know, college students a lot of times is broke. You remember being in college, waiting on a refund check. I remember being in college, broke as I don't know what. What you do is you find someone in college that you can do their hair really well or cut their hair really good, send them back to the university, and let them refer, let them promote you by way of their haircut or hairstyle, And that is a good way that they will bring people in. So those of my South Carolina folk that are listening, you take a good girl, somebody that you can do really well, but get somebody that's articulate, get somebody that can speak well for you, and do their hair and let them go out and bring people back to you.
That's it.
The next one is flyers.
Oh wow! Okay, this was actually a funny topic for me. I was not a big advocate of flyers. I said, oh, I want fancy brochures, trifold, and all of this good stuff. Well, you know what, Chet? At the end of the day, you know what works? Flyers. Mm-hmm. Flyers, because people can look at them. All the information is right there. It's going back to basics, doing those little things. I mean, if you have $8, you can buy a ream of paper. All you have to do, I mean, if you could get a marker and write on it. It doesn't have to be fancy. Now, it would be better if it was more professional where you typed it out. But the point is, it's not an expensive, it's not a huge expense to go out and just make flyers.
And you know what, Henrietta, it's so funny because I have always been a big advocate for flyers. So all of you out there who try to build a clientele, it is one of the most least expensive ways to do it. You get you a group of people. I can remember building the Celebrity Beauty Symposium brand, the Celebrity Makeup Symposium brand. I would go out to different nightclubs, and I'm not a club person, but I wouldn't even go in the club. I would hit every car. I would take friends with me, and we would go up and down the streets, the aisles, every single car. We will put flyers on, and guess what? We may have gave out 200 flyers that night. It did not cost us a little bit but our time, but then we may have gotten 2 people, but those 2 people became partners where they're still a part of the Celebrity Makeup Symposium today. So you can't look at, 200 flyers, 2 people. You have to look at the investment. You have to look at what's going to come down long term. You have to look at residuals. And I think that it is important for us to understand that flyers still work. One twist I will put on that is when you're doing flyers now, you have to also come up with some of the best images. You have to have really good images because we're living in a time now where people have to decide on, are they going to go to the grocery store? Are they going to get their hair done? What are the things that they're going to do? Some things are not a luxury anymore. Some things we have to debate on. If you have good images on those flyers and you give them good specials and discounts, you will be able to get a clientele. Henrietta, listen, I'm trying to stay calm today because it's a holiday and I have new listeners, and I'm trying to stay calm today, but it bothers me. She said stay calm. But it bothers me when you're in a salon. We talked about it before. When you're in a salon and you don't make the salon appealing to make folks want to come in the salon, that's a problem. When you're talking about building your clientele, sweetie, don't you understand that the color is green? It's not black, it's not white, it is green. You don't turn up and down but your collar. You go out there and you let me tell you this, Henrietta. Listen, I haven't announced it yet on the radio. Let me tell you, I'm gonna do a commercial on this week. I was lying in bed last night, and I was lying in bed Saturday night, and it hit me as good as day. I said, I'm going to open up a room. I'm going to open up at least 30 slots for teenagers from 16 to 18 that want to do the Celebrity Makeup Symposium. I said, Henrietta, what about those teenagers who like makeup? What about those teenagers who's always at the Mac counter? What about those teenagers with them god-awful box brows? What about those teenagers that look like a clown who, because they like makeup, but they don't know how to properly use makeup? I said, you know what? I'm going to have Henry and Rashawn do a campaign this week to all the high schools, offering them we only going to do 30 slots for teenagers from 16 to 18 because the compulsory age of attendance is 16. So between 16 to 18, that they can become certified, that they can get a starter kit and learn from Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist, Reggie Wells, learn from Danessa, learn from these people. So going back to what we're talking about how to create a clientele. And one of the things I said is that we never looked at the teenager who likes makeup.
Exactly, right.
And since we're going to the convention center, why not? Yes, the price is still the same. It's $4.99, but you have the Christmas holidays. I may only have 5 people from each school, but there's still 5 people that we can train, and they can come back and they can do makeup for their class fashion shows and trips and proms and all of that kind of stuff. They can make their own little money while they're in school. What about the 12th grader? What about the 11th grader? So this is what I mean, Henrietta, and I'm sure you do the same thing as a business owner. You have to sit back and think of ways to build your clientele, and how are you going to connect with other markets where you normally wouldn't.
Exactly. I saw your post come through yesterday morning, and I said, look at Chet burning it up. Look at him burning it up.
And I said, where was I thinking? All these charter schools, all of these high schools out there. So listen, we got to go to break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about social media. And Henrietta going to start us off on social media. But listen, one thing is important, everybody. If you have a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece, a young lady between the ages of 16 and 18 who like makeup, who like fashion, who would like to learn how to do her own face, who would like to learn how to do other people's face, who would like to learn how to make a little extra income doing lashes and all of that.
Guys too now.
She can do proms, and he can do proms. And all of that on people. You need to have them to call my personal number, 202-526-1400, extension 19. We're only going to take the first 30 people who would like to be trained under the celebrity artist from ages 16 to 18. 202-526-1400, extension 19. It will be an awesome opportunity to get them started early. Wouldn't you think that's good, Henrietta? Get them started early.
I think that's fantastic. I'm all about empowering our young people. I'm all for it, so I applaud you on that one. I saw it, and I was just like, standing ovation. I was doing the golf applause on that one.
Absolutely. Give them something to do.
That's a lifetime of success that you'll be offering them too.
Absolutely, because what else can come from them learning how to do makeup? All right, everybody, we got to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the importance of social media with all you folks who say I'm not on Facebook. We're going to talk about you when we come back. We'll be right back after these messages.
News Talk 1450 WOL and WOLDCnews.com.
Geico presents a man who just saved on his motorcycle insurance.
First off, my name is Daryl. Second, this is no motorcycle. This monster is 1,100 cc's of raw internal combustion power.
Feel the ground shake!
Now, I know what you're thinking. Where's this science teacher's logical attitude that goes with his sensible sneakers? Well, Mr. Rains on my parade, I saved a bunch on motorcycle insurance with Geico. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some young minds that need molding.
Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
I'll never forget that moment.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
It started with a phone call.
I got the text when I was at work.
My first call ever as a member of the National Guard.
This was it, the real deal.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires, how they were getting dangerously close to homes.
It was amazing to be a part of this massive operation. Helicopters were going up with huge buckets to drop water on the fires.
Some of the guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
We went out in Humvees to help with the evacuations.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Discover what it means to be a citizen soldier, to serve locally as well as globally. Look into the benefits, including career skills and money for college. Take a moment. Go to NationalGuard.com today.
Sponsored by the Maryland National Guard and aired by the Maryland, D.C. Delaware Broadcasters Association and this station.
The joint supplements of today are sadly incomplete because they don't give you the joint relief you need. Until now. Introducing the complimentary 2-week sample of Instaflex, our most powerful joint formula ever. It's the #1 selling joint supplement at GNC. Claim your sample today. 1-800-451-6580. Great for your knees, hands, even your hips. Instaflex is available at GNC and Walgreens, but you can only get your complimentary sample by calling 1-800-451-6580. 1-800-451-6580.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
All right, everyone, we're back here live. We're so excited today. I tell you, if you're just tuning in to the Sea Island Morning Show, this is our final hour. What's happening is that we're talking to you about how to build a clientele. This could not just, it doesn't have to be beauty industry. It could be any kind of industry. The first thing we said was customer service. And the reason why I'm listing these 10 is because at the end of the show, we're going to give out something special, and it has to go to a caller, and we give out something special. The first one is customer service. Number 2 is volunteer. Number 3 is specials and discounts. Number 4 is referrals. Number 5 is flyers. Number 6, social media. Henrietta?
Yes, social media today has become probably the most widely used form of outreach to get to people who can then get to people who can then get to people. I mean, you can do the flyers. That's a one-time interaction. You're handing it from your hand to someone else's hand. With social media, you're reaching so far back into other people's pipelines of being able to say, okay, this is who I am. For me, social media is the broadcast. You know, it's letting people know that this is the business, this is the service. And I will say that look at the way Chet Bennett markets. It is direct. It is to the point. It's using the right combination of words. People don't want to be misled. They don't want you wrapping them around in circles. So things like Twitter, where you only have access to only but a few characters, it's a great teacher in terms of how to get your point across very quickly within that limitation. Facebook is another medium. Then there's LinkedIn. MySpace is on a resurgence. You want to constantly keep your fingers on the pulse of where people are and what things people are joining. Instagram, hairstylists, barbers, makeup artists. That's your canvas. You should be taking pictures of all of your best work and your finished products. I mean, whenever Chet Bennett has an event, and that's exactly the power that you can have by using these different forms of social media. So Instagram, stop being so afraid. Oh, my gosh, the government's going to know everything I do. Well, then don't put out all your business that you don't want people to know about.
Hello.
But you do want to market your business in these spaces, not what's taking place that's not business. Okay, so as long as you're keeping everything on a business level, I say market the bejesus out of your businesses and don't be afraid and don't listen to all the crazy talk that people, that's why I don't like social media, because people steal your information. As a business owner, you want to steal my phone number? Good. Steal it, then call me and schedule and then register for a class. Steal it.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think that what a lot of people, I tell this to my mother, Henrietta, all the time, as well as other older people, my sister, other older people, and that is that there are a lot of great attributes about social media. A lot of people only think about the negative things, the people expressing their feelings and all of that, but there are a lot of great things about social media. And I remember when I first started the Celebrity Makeup Symposium, I went into all the makeup groups. I sold out instantly because of social media. Facebook, to me, is a great tool because you get a chance to meet people as well as reconnect with people that you haven't seen in years. I just joined Instagram on this Friday. To date, I have a little over 500 people following me in just over a weekend. Do you know one of the reasons why I got on Instagram? I got on Instagram because I had a conversation with Susan, Total Media Group, and we were talking about one of the celebrity hairstyles we want to bring in. She said he had over 200,000 followers. Now, I've been at 5,000 at Facebook, which is the max that you can have. I've been at that for a couple of years. And I said, wow, so now I can get on another site where I can gain more followers. He had over 200,000 followers, and I just got 500 in my first 2-3 days on Facebook. on Instagram. I said it's perfect. What people must understand, and listen to me, what they must understand, Madam C.J. Walker, it doesn't matter how good you are if nobody knows. That is my quote. I'm going to put that on my arm. I'm going to tattoo it on my arm. Write that down. Tattoo it on my arm. It doesn't matter how good you are if nobody knows. And that's one of the things this is really important. And this ties into what we're talking about today on how to build a clientele. You have to be able to get out there and you have to let people know what you're doing. You have to be able, we're going to talk about that a little later, but social media is a great tool because all of the new generation people are on computers. Mm-hmm. See, it's the older folk who say, because since they don't know how to do it, they don't want to take an opportunity to learn how to do it. But this is today. I'm not going to say it's the generation of tomorrow. It's the generation of today. And in order for you to build your business, you must keep up with what's going on. What does that mean? That means every time you do a nice style, you get your client to sign a release form that you can show their image, and you put that nice style out there so people can see it, because they see it, they like it, they book an appointment.
Yeah. Exactly.
Social media gets you the opportunity right now to this day, not including Instagram because I just joined that, but I have close to 192,000 connections of different things on Facebook alone, where I am a part of different groups that equates to 190-some thousand people. And why do you think I use, and listen, I do have someone to help me, but most of my posts I do myself. I spend quality time because it's invested in my business. If one person see it and like it, it can change a generation. And I think that's the important things that we must understand. You got to put yourself out there everywhere.
Exactly. And if I could piggyback on that, chat, also with social media is a footprint in the sense that you put it out there one time, and that piece will be out there and it will continue to work on your behalf for months and sometimes years to go. You may forget that information is out there, and you receive a call from someone saying, "Oh, I just read an article that you wrote, or I just read a press release that you wrote that I found on the internet." With YouTube, you put a good style from start to finish.
Yes.
That continues to market for you for years to come. You put forth the effort one time, and it continues to go out there, and it's like a machine. It just continues to work on your behalf for years and years and years to come.
And let me tell you something, and that's so true. We had a young lady. She went on, I just happened to go on YouTube, and I put in the Benny Career Institute, and a video came up from a girl, and I was a little nervous. I said, "Oh, Lord." And when I tell you, it was one of the most blessed things that I could have ever seen. I had no idea she was going to do it. She had just finished the Makeup Symposium and the Makeup 101, and she got on, she just did a video on her review, and it was just some wonderful things about the Makeup Symposium and the Makeup 101, which is going to be there forever. And I told her how much she really touched us, because we did not know she was doing it. We didn't ask her to do it, but she just came up with a really awesome video of just her just telling her own experience. And a lot of times people want to know. No one wanting to take chances anymore, Henrietta. We're living in a society where we can't afford to take a lot of chances. We have to know what the deal is. That's no different than us trying to go to a restaurant or us trying to go somewhere. We want to know how the food is. How's the customer service? A lot of people turn to Yelp and other places now, and they rely on those. Let me tell you, every time I travel, I go to the reviews. And the reviews really help me make my determination if I'm going to stay in this particular hotel or not. You have to understand the power of social media and what social media can do for you. I'm so glad that you said that MySpace was on the uprise, because I said one year my cousin Leatrice was marketing the symposium on MySpace, and we actually got about 30 girls who almost paid close to $1,000 from MySpace. That's why I tell people all the time the importance of social media.
Exactly. That's it. You want to, because it's a meeting place for the people.
Now, number 7, everyone, is pamper parties. Let me just say this. Let me talk about this one. Let me tell you what happened, Henrietta. We had a girl, Princess, who came to me and said, Mr. Bennett, I don't know what to do. You told me to do flyers. She said, I stood on the corner in Silver Spring and I passed out about 2,000 flyers. I didn't get one phone call. What do I do? And that's very good, too. And I know somebody's listening, so I'm going to bless somebody right now, because sometimes, even though we're saying flyers work and flyers do work, there's also a time and a place, a season. All of those factors have to come to play. What I told her, Henrietta, was I said, what you do is this. Listen to me, y'all. I'm telling you, write it down. I said, this is what you do. I said, find 4 to 5. Let's go with 5. I said, find 5 good, faithful clients that come to you on a consistent basis, that only want to come to you. You got 5 really good clients. I said, this is what you do. You have those 5 clients, bring 5 people with them for a pampering event. Mm-hmm. I said, you bring 5 people with them and you do demonstrations. You go to the local beauty school and you get some people that came to Bennett, and she got Samantha to do manicures and nail polishes and all of that. And Princess did the hair, and she had food. When I tell you, Henrietta, she said that has turned her clientele around just that short of a time, because every 5 person, all 5 people bought 5 people. Now it's 25 people in the room. Right, so now it's up to you to woo them. Out of the 25 people in the room, she said a good 10 are now faithful, come to her often. So now that's on top of the 5. Now she has 10. So I told her, next month you take that 10 and you tell them to bring 2 people. Now you got 30 people, an additional 20 people in the room. So when we talk about doing pamper parties, we got to be strategic about it. Not just pampering, bringing toys and poles and all that foolishness, but how can you build your clientele? This is Seattle, and we got to go to break. When we come back, we're going to pick back up on the pamper parties and then the 3-foot rule. We'll be right back after these messages.
1450 WOL.
WOL traffic and weather brought to you by Garmin, and also brought to you as a service of speedcounts.com. Downtown Anacostia River routes, the light volume, no incidents to report. Last report, though, in Northwest, signal lights, power out along Connecticut Avenue, Military Road Northwest, and in that area. Crews were working on that. Inbound lanes of 50 before you get to 3301. What was a vehicle fire, what's left of it over on the right shoulder, and no delays. Lanes have been open on the BW Parkway, Beltway Oxon Hill, Beltway heading north and west into Silver Spring. Don't hate traffic, avoid it. Get a Garmin Nuvi with subscription-free HD digital traffic. Keep moving, drive with Garmin, the most trusted name in GPS. Forecast brought to you by speedcounts.com. Looking for partly sunny sky, high of 71, overnight 59, and tomorrow sunny 72. Right now we're 66 degrees. If you have programs on your computer that are running slow, speedcounts.com can help. Just go to speedcounts.com to get a free computer diagnosis. Your computer can run faster today with speedcounts.com. Beverly Farmer, News Talk 1450 WOLAM, where information is power.
Because Jan switched to Geico and saved hundreds of dollars on car insurance, her savings account wants to take her to a fireworks show. But it can't. It's a savings account. It can't read where the next fireworks show is in the local paper. Switch to Geico, and every time you see extra money, you'll know your savings account wants to take you to a fireworks show. But remember, it can't. It doesn't know how to read. It is, however, happy that you're saving money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For years, WeFixMoney.com has told you about their safe, fast, and easy process designed to get you up to $1,000, sometimes in less than 24 hours. With a nationwide network of trusted lenders, WeFixMoney.com has worked hard to assist people who simply needed a little extra help. One of WeFixMoney.com's actual customers, Tim from Maryland, said it best.
I just wanted to give your company a big thank you. I was having problems with the car I bought last year, and a few months into it, the engine went, and I needed the car really, really fast. I remembered WeFix Money. You guys hooked me up with a lender with a very sweet payment plan, and within 2 days, I had another car. I would definitely recommend you guys to everyone that I know. Thank you, WeFix Money. You guys are the best.
Whether you need cash for an unexpected emergency like Tim or something else, WeFixMoney.com is available 24/7 and always ready to help. Maybe you need cash for the rent or mortgage, utility payments, or even groceries. WeFixMoney.com can help you get the cash fast. Log on today to WeFixMoney.com. That's WeFixMoney.com.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Yes, indeed, everybody. I said on the way to work, I told my mother, I can't be a politician because those mics get hot too quick, and I would say anything out my mouth. You hear what I said? My mother said that's my problem. I would say anything out of this here mouth. But anyway, all right, everybody. Okay, we have Henrietta Robinson on the line, and I'm telling you that Henrietta Robinson, she is a great friend to the show. She is the owner of Zenith Technology Career School. And Henrietta, I know you hate that because I hate when people mess up Bennett Career Institute. Mm-hmm. Zenith, is it Zenith Career Institute?
She said,
it can be today, but it's Zenith Technology Institute. It's one of those things you can call me whatever you want, just as long as you call me.
Okay, so Zenith Technology Institute.
Yes.
And listen, everybody, the reason why we have Henrietta on the line, Henrietta is my personal business advisor. She's my personal consultant. She's the one that gets me straight, gets me out of issues. She's the one that makes sure that my credit is fine. She tells me what to do to keep me on board. She is my business consultant. So all of you who want to know what my secret is, part of that is the powerful Henrietta Robinson. She's a jack of all trades. And she is absolutely phenomenal. She also is on our list to teach classes. I can't wait to see the new brochure. She's going to be teaching classes about how to build a website. That's going to be the final piece. That's number 10. And Henrietta is going to talk about building a website. And, of course, she has that Bennett 20 special for all of you. And I'm telling you, and I'm not understanding, I don't know how it's going so far, but I'm telling you, you owe it to yourself. I'm going to have Henrietta come to the school and talk with the students as well, because everyone need their own website. She teaches you how to build. She builds the website for you. She teaches you how to work, maintain, go in the back door, handle your business, keep your website together. She has a class offering that. And everyone, how in the world, we're talking about building a clientele. How in the world can you build a clientele and you do not have a place that you can refer people to on the web where they can see your styles, where they can look at you winning your awards at the reunion show, where they can see you actually doing hair, where you can put videos on your website, where you can be able to book clients from your website. These are things that she offers. And I said it before, I don't bring any junk in front of you. Henrietta is the one that has been able to give me the best kind of advice, information when it comes to business. So I thought it was the appropriate thing when I had this business series. Today's the last of the business series, that I would bring in the person who has helped me become very successful. So, and I told Henrietta, even though she has the Zenith Technology Institute, I also told her that one of her best attributes is being a business consultant, because she has helped me tremendously. I can remember, we're going to get back to this in a minute, but I can remember Henrietta with my credit being really bad, and you told me get a gas card and make sure that the gas card is paid on time every month so you can build stability, so you can build credit back. I remember about to go into buying the piece of property on Georgia Avenue. how I called you on the phone right in the middle of the negotiations, and you got me straight, and I got up from that table and I walked up out of there, all because you gave me. And I can remember starting a new salon and needed some quick cash, and you had a program that I had instantly qualified for and gave me some immediate funding. So all of these things, I'm only telling you what has happened to me. And so when we tell you that Henrietta is offering specials and discounts, which from my perspective, she really do not have to do it because she is super awesome. And a lot of people, Henrietta, they follow me. They want to be me. They want to be C. Allen. They want to be the beauty king. They want to be all this, but they never want to put the work in, never want to put the time in. And I tell people I can't do it by myself.
That's right.
I rarely share the people that's in my life that's really molding and shaping me. I rarely share them with people. But Henrietta Robinson, who's on the line, is one of them. You want to know how I became successful, how I'm doing what I'm doing. It is from the advice, the consultation from Henrietta Robinson. Let me just say this. Most people don't know. Henry knows because he's here. I create the format. I just say one word, customer service. Henrietta goes there. Volunteer, she goes there. This isn't something that we plan. This isn't something that I sent her a manuscript. This is how powerful she is in reference to business. So all of you out there who need a business advisor, who need a consultant, my advice is to start off, because Henrietta is like me. We work with people who work with us. So my advice is you start off by taking a course at the Zenith Technology Institute first. ZTI is where you need to go first. And then once you take a course from her and once you see how thorough she is in her business, then hire her as a consultant and let her help you take your business to the next level.
I know I'm definitely going to spend some time with her. I mean, because she's awesome. When she calls in, I'm like all ears. My pen is up. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
But you know what? Henry, not to cut you off, but you know what? This isn't even the tip of the iceberg. You need to see her in person. You need to see her doing a class. When you see her doing a class, I hired her to come in and do a class, and I found myself taking more notes than the students, and instantly I had to have her on my camp. That's how awesome she is. All right, let's move on. And that's by Henrietta commercial, but we're going to get back to that when she gets to social media. So listen, the next thing is, so I told you about the pamper parties. It's important. It's about quantity. It's about you taking your key core people in your business. If you're a caterer and you know some people who really love your catering, your food, then what you do is you have them to invite you, have them to bring out some other people to do a taste samplings and things of that nature for different events that you have. So pamper parties was number 7. Number 8, very quickly, is the 3-foot rule. I learned at Morehouse College, undergraduate. I was a student at Morehouse College from 1988 to 1993. And in Morehouse College, I graduated in 92, but my degree says 93. That's a whole nother story. Dear old Morehouse, we have pledged our lives to thee. Oh, okay. So now what's important is the 3-foot rule. You never let anyone come within 3 feet of you without you selling yourself and your business. And that is so important. I learned that at Morehouse College. What does that mean? It bothers me, Henrietta. I had a student on Saturday to tell me I'm not a people person. If you put me up in front of people, I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna get nervous. I'm gonna start stuttering. Listen. You have to learn, if you're going to be in this industry, there's nowhere in the world, you have to be a people person, because we need people in order to do our business. And the 3-foot rule is when Henry is in the Safeway and there's a long line and he sees somebody in front of him who may need a haircut, hey brother, excuse me for a second. I don't mean to bother you, but where do you get your haircut? Oh, man, I need a haircut now. Yeah, I can see that. Here's my card. My name is Henry, and I'm a master barber. Ba, 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 ba. That's where it starts. Most of the time, Henrietta, what I do it on purpose. I wear a lab jacket everywhere.
Right.
I wear my Bennett Career Institute lab jacket. I'm in IKEA, I got it on. I'm in a grocery store, I got it on. I even had it on in the movie theater. And my niece said, okay, Uncle Chet, you can take the jacket off. But by people seeing it, it strikes up a conversation. The first thing they say is, are you a barber? Or they say, are you a stylist? And then the conversation starts from there. The 3-foot rule, ladies and gentlemen, never let anyone come within 3 feet of you without you selling yourself and your business.
Exactly. And if I can piggyback off of that, the one thing that I stress to people is you always have your business cards on the ready, because you never know, and keep them in your pocket, keep them accessible. You don't want. I mean, whenever someone pulls out a piece of paper and they have to start out with why they don't have business cards, the interest is already gone, because you have to be professional. And I tell people, look, that business card should be like a gun in a holster. You yank it out as quickly as you can and say, oh, and by the way, give me a call. And all the information on that business card absolutely has to be accurate. There is no scratching off phone numbers and giving them the story. That breaks down to professionalism. But that 3-foot rule, I absolutely love it, because in terms of people say, well, I'm not a people person. And look, save all of that for your personal life. In business, we don't have the luxury of having these conditions follow us along. It's okay to have this outward personality when it comes to business, and then go back to being shy when you're in your private life. And so it's okay to be, because you are a dual personality when you own a business, right, Chet Bennett?
Absolutely.
You are a dual personality. But the 3-foot rule is, when you come in contact with people, it's that constant, it's a flow. It's an absolutely flow that takes place around you, where you honestly know who to speak to, whether it's the cashier, whether it's the person in front of you, in back of you, no matter where you go. It's always a good time to talk to someone about what you do. And I take it one step further, Chet. Mm-hmm. If I go to certain places all the time and I have a good rapport with the manager of that location, I'll stop by one day and say, oh, by the way, here are a few of my cards. Honestly, I'm not asking them to do my work all at that moment for me. Or, oh, could you pass these out? No, I hand them my cards and say, oh, do you mind if I just leave these cards here? Last night, prime example, I go into a restaurant. I know the manager well. Someone comes in. I begin talking to him about the business. We just started up a conversation. Somehow,
okay, Henrietta.
The training. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You hold that thought. We got to step out for a commercial break. This is C. Allen along with Henrietta Robinson, Zenith Technology Institute. We're talking about building a clientele. We'll be right back after these messages.
1450 WOL.
Good morning, I'm Doug Parrish. Here's the latest from News1.com. The government shutdown and stalemate over raising the debt ceiling has Republicans' polling numbers taking a nosedive.
I guess we can get lower in the polls. We're down to blood relatives and paid staffers now.
Well, that was Arizona Senator John McCain on CBS's Face the Nation program. He was responding to a recent NBC Wall Street Journal poll that shows most Americans blame the Republican Party for the ongoing government shutdown.
The question is should we follow that leadership, or should we go in other directions and coalesce the majority of the American people?
Well, McCain said his own party has been deeply divided by some of the Tea Party congressional leadership. Meanwhile, the Senate continues to negotiate as the government shutdown continues. The White House is now trying to work with the Senate after talks between President Obama and House Republicans hit a dead end over the weekend. More than 100 people turned out in D.C.'s Ward 8 for a walkathon to raise awareness for domestic violence abuse. This year's event was aimed at helping a local child. Little Cody Brown's mother was shot and killed by her father last year aboard a Metro bus. Cody herself was also injured by a stray bullet in the shooting, and proceeds from this year's walkathon will go toward her medical costs. The principal at D.C.'s Wilson High School says he'll ask the student body about the idea of banning Washington Redskins clothing inside the school building. Pete Cahall says a student approached him with the idea because of the growing momentum against the team name Redskins. Meanwhile, on the field, more problems for the Washington Redskins, who got beat by the Cowboys last night, 31-16. And this report is brought to you by CQ. Make the easy switch with tools you need like free debit cards. Ditch your bank and switch to CQ. I'm Doug Parrish. When you're looking for news for Black America, go to newsone.com.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
All right, everyone, we're back here live. Okay, Henrietta, pick back up what you were saying. You went into a restaurant. You asked the owner, could you leave some cards? Go ahead, dear.
Exactly. So last night I'm back in the same restaurant, and I broke my own rules. I didn't have business cards with me, but there was someone interested in getting my card after just a brief discussion about the training school. I turned to the manager and I said, do you happen to have one of my cards? He took out his wallet, handed the man my card. Now, I was able to make that connection and keep things going just simply by knowing, okay, always have backups wherever you go. If you don't have them on you, make sure that somebody that you're in contact with has your card. But the point is, you always have something on the ready, and it cannot. And please, Chet, tell people it cannot be a piece of paper with your information written on it, because that goes straight in the garbage. So always have your stuff handy. Business cards are a tool of the trade, just like scissors, clippers. It's a tool of your trade.
Is there anything that works along the same line as business cards that other people can invest in as well?
Yes. Different promotional pieces like ink pens and things. I give away pens all the time. People are like, "Oh, here's your pen back." No, keep it. Keep it because my telephone number, the name of my school, everything about me is on that ink pen. So yes, keep it.
Exactly.
That's a good idea.
The pens, keychains, all of those things that will be able to identify you. But let me tell you something, Henrietta. You're absolutely right. But let me tell you what I did. I did mine a little step up. What I did was I have one of the most fanciest business cards you can ever get. It's a hard card. It's black, and it looked like a credit card. And every time I give it to somebody, they say, "Oh, I can have this?" Because it looks more like a credit card. But guess what? That's going to stand out more so than all the other cards that they have. But let me tell you something. I have business cards in my gym bag. I have business cards in my car. I have business cards, and almost every time I go to the cleaners, I have to take the cards out of my jacket pockets before I can go to the cleaners. You always have to have business cards or some form of contact where people can get in touch with you if you're running a business. So listen, we just have two more. One is the show and tell, which we kind of talked about earlier, and that is get you some models, do an outstanding job on their heads, and send them to places where there are large crowds. Like I know sometimes when I go into Pentagon City and Wheaton Mall and PG Plaza without symposium flyers, a lot of times security is like, "No, you can't do that, you can't do that." And I say, okay, I got a trick for them. Do an avant-garde hairstyle on a girl that's going to be able to draw attention. It may not be the everyday hairstyle but it is an attention grabber. When I first started out in Henrietta and Henry, I used to do the Black Expos and for Sisters Only, and what I would do is have mannequin models with huge avant-garde hairstyle pieces that I got more of the crowd and the attention than a lot of the big brands. And that is because we had to come up with something that was going to mesmerize people. We had to come up with something that was going to draw the interest. Now we're starting to do flash mobbing, taking the students to Union Station and different places and have them dressed alike, have them looking good, and do a flash mob to talk about the Celebrity Beauty Weekend. You got to think outside the box and come up with some things that's going to really, really work for you. Now, so if you're out there like Rashida, I know is listening, who just finished beauty school, and she's about to take her state board next month, and she wants to build a clientele. You got to remember, 1 was customer service. Work on your customer service. 2 was becoming a volunteer. 3, doing specials and discounts. 4, referrals. 5, flyers. 6, social media. Number 7, have a pamper party. Number 8, The 3-foot rule. Number 9, show and tell. Get some models out there. And number 10, our final one, Henrietta's going to take us, and that is websites. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, Ms. Henrietta Robinson, the owner of Zenith Technology Institute, ZTI, is going to talk to you about the importance of websites, what her class has to offer, and how you can get in touch with her. Take it away, Henrietta.
Thank you, Ted. Now, I will say that a website is not about spending a lot of money. You know, I go on websites, and people are so proud of their $12,000 website, and then I began to check under the hood of that website. I'm like, this website isn't getting any visitors. So what is the point of having these ultra expensive websites if no one is coming to visit that website? Websites are about being practical. Websites are another tool of your trade. It's a functioning part of your business where people are able to know very quickly who you are, so about us. So, so a website essentially is just 3 to 5 pages. It's no more than that. You honestly do not need some overblown website that no one's going to look at. So it starts out really with very quickly capturing people's attention and drawing them in. Some nice pictures on the front with some information about who you are and about your company. Very basic information. Then you need information that allows people to contact you. Okay, what's the point of having this website when if the only way they can reach you is by phone? A lot of people don't want to call. They'd rather just send you a quick email. You want to have information properly displayed on that website. That website is just a living, breathing form of a business card where people can constantly see what's taking place with your business. Another thing that I will stress, a website is not something that you create one time. That's why when we create and design websites for our clients, we also want clients who would like to learn how to maintain their website, because having fresh content on your website, number one, it continues to draw people and pull people back in. So even if it's posting your specials, so that people know by default, oh, okay, let me see what specials are running. Have something that draws people back constantly. Whether you have newsletters, give people a reason to want to come back to your website on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. Also, when you have fresh content, and chat without getting too technical, it's all about how you're found on Google. When people are searching for you and people, and everyone's so concerned about being on that first page, and they're out spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on search engine optimization. Oh, I want to be on the first page. Look, not everybody's going to land on the first page because the first page is only so big. But I want to land within the first 3 pages, and there are ways to do it without ever spending one dime. But you have to be willing to invest the time and constantly have fresh content on your website so that the browsers like Google and Bing and Yahoo, when it's out there, when those little crawlers, as they call it, are out there pinging for websites, it's seeing something new on your website on a weekly basis. So it says, oh, look, new information. So each time it's just moving your website further up in that search engine. The other thing about the benefit and the uses of that website is also being your photo gallery. People want to see your work.
Yes.
And it's so important not to just post anything on your website, but you want to post your absolute best on your website. You want to have something scrolling, because that way people are just, it draws them in, it pulls them in when they have to when they don't have to move their mouse around, and the work and pictures are just going by until they see something they really like, and then they stop it, enlarge it, and say, ooh, so that's what you want. You want to interact with people and let your website be that tool of interaction with potential clients, with current clients. You want to have that constant engagement. Then you also, Chet, you mentioned earlier about appointment books, that people don't have appointment books. Well, Chad, I am all about the electronic appointment book. I like to set up systems in websites where if my client wants to schedule an appointment, they can go right on my website, schedule their appointment. I am notified immediately that that client wants to schedule an appointment. I can set it up where the client has multiple options. So you let me know what time is available, and then we will approve it that way. I have systems set up where if there's a service I offer and there's a fee associated with it, that fee is right there. And so if that fee is there front and center, so people know, oh, okay, well, to do this service, it's going to cost $25. Okay, I already know that up front. So when I get that email from that interaction from that client, I know that it's already been communicated to them the cost of that service. So you want to have that constant interaction, and with the appointment setting features and tools on a website, you do want processes in place where if you don't have an admin, you do not have someone that's going to remind you, because we all get extremely busy, where we can let things slip, and you have a client walk in and say, oh, I'm here for my 10:30 appointment, and you're like, 10:30? I forgot. I forgot to write it down when you called me.
So,
well,
Henrietta,
those electronic. I'm sorry. Yes.
No, it's okay. We only have like a minute and a half left. So give us the information on how they can get in touch with you before you go, please.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So to get in touch with me, please call me at 410-635-4307. We have a series of online WordPress training classes coming up. We have a class starting next Monday. It's a 3-day class from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and again at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. So in a matter of 3 days, you will learn everything you need to know about how to create a website, how to manage that website, and at a cost that's cheaper than having someone do the website for you. And that price is $5.95, but please remember, you can use your Bennett 20. So again, that's 410-635-4307, or you can email me at hrobinson@ztilearnonline.com.
Robinson at
learnonline.com.
I thought it was H. Robinson.
H. Robinson at ztilearnonline.com.
At ZTI.
Learnonline.com.
Learnonline.com. All right, that's Henrietta Robinson. For those of you who didn't get that, I just posted it on my Facebook page, so make sure you stop by the Facebook page, or you can give us a call in the office and we'll give you that information. Henrietta, it's been a blessing. We thank you so much. You rock. Everybody call Zenith Technology Institute now for more information for Henrietta. All right, Henrietta, you have a good day, and thank you so much. We'll talk this week.
Okay, take care.
All right.
Bye.
1450 WOL.
WOL traffic and weather both brought to you as a service of SECU CQ. Downtown Anacostia River routes, the light volume, no active work zones to report right now in your way. Earlier northwest problem had been power outage and signal lights dark along Military Road and Connecticut Avenue, and in that area, Connecticut Avenue, Nebraska Avenue impacted by that as well. Crews were working on that. The bridges in southeast, routes into northeast, light volume given the holiday. No incidents to report on 50 or the BW Parkway in through Cheverly, Beltway, Oxon Hill, and Alexandria. Moving at a good pace. The inner loop of the Beltway does slow. Heading from Colesville Road past University Boulevard, there's some repairs to a guardrail there blocking a right lane between University and New Hampshire. Make the easy switch to CQ. Get the tools you need like free debit cards. Ditch your bank. Switch to CQ. Visit secumd.org. CQ, different direction. Forecast for 71, partly cloudy this afternoon, overnight 53. Then tomorrow we'll look for 72 and sunshine. 64 right now. Beverly Farmer News Talk 1450 WOLAM, where information is power.
I'm Jessica Mendoza, U.S. Olympic gold and silver medalist. I never take my eyesight for granted. Neither should you. Doesn't matter how old you are, you could be losing your vision to glaucoma without knowing it. Take care of your sight. Schedule regular eye exams for yourself and those you love. Call 1-800-437-2423 or go to ahaf.org for free information and publications from National Glaucoma Research. That's 1-800-437-2423.
Morning, gentlemen. Want to hear our specials?
Sure.
First, we have the seafood special. It's been sitting around here for a week. We're known around these parts for our food poisoning.
Wouldn't it be great if you could be warned of life's risks? If you have diabetes, you can. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that can help measure your risk of complications from diabetes. To find out more, go to www.diabetesaonc.org. Brought to you by the American Diabetes Association, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation International, and the Ad Council.
News Talk 1450 WOL-AM, where information is power.
All right, everyone. We're back here live. This is the Sea Island Morning Show. Listen here. We're going to give away a pair of Red Pro flat irons again this week here for those of you who know all 10. I'm not going to give it out again. I gave it out a couple of times. Who know all 10 on how to build a clientele. Just a couple of announcements. So anyway, so the last 3 weeks, everyone, we was covering the business series. On next week, we're going to go back to hot topics. But I wanted to make sure that we kind of started off right by kind of talking to you about how to build a successful business. What are the things you need to do? I have a lot of newly graduates who are out there and really want to know how to build. So I just hopefully we've helped you in some way on how to build your clientele. First, I want to send out a happy birthday shout. Today is Tanika Curtis. Happy birthday. Today is Dejanay White. Happy birthday. And Stephanie Cuesta. Those are all graduates of the Bennett Career Institute. Now, speaking of the Bennett Career Institute, I cannot stress to you enough the importance that you come out and visit us. All services are half off. It is a beauty school. All work is done under supervision of licensed instructors. We have haircuts for men all day, every day. Tuesday through Saturday, haircuts are only $5. You need to bring your children. We're right next to the Brooklyn Catholic subway station. If you don't want to bring them, let them jump right on the subway and come over to the Bennett Career Institute. We are about to start the campaign with all of the colleges to send out information for them to come and get their $5 haircuts. Nobody should be looking raggedy when you got $5 haircuts at the Bennett Career Institute. Also, your hairstyling. Tuesdays and Wednesdays is Senior Citizen Day from 10 until 2. Wednesdays and Fridays is half price chemical days, 10 to 2 and then 5 to 7. So all of you get off work in the evening. You got up until 6:30 to get the Bennett Career if you want a natural hair service or if you want a relaxer. I think it's crucial that you come and try out the school, especially during the shutdown, especially during what's going on. You know, give us an opportunity to make sure that you look beautiful. Tell them that you're a new customer from the Sea Island Morning Show and you get a special treat. Also, we want to remind everyone that there's a lot of stuff going on in November at the Bennett Career Institute in the auditorium. On November the 3rd, the Martin Luther King location is doing their hair fashion show. Tickets are only $10 on November the 3rd. The next Sunday, November 10th, is the Derek J event. You don't want to miss that. If you do not have the flyer information, it's open to the general public for the meet and greet. The classes are for stylists and students. You can call me if you don't have the other information at 202-526-1400, extension 18. You can call it for the Derek J information. That's Henry's number. He'll be able to help you with that. Then, everybody, on November 17th, the following Sunday after that, is our 3W project. Every year, we do something for women who have breast cancer or any form of cancer and they have lost their hair. We have an event where our students will make wigs, and what we would do is we will style them and adjust them on the people from the Washington Hospital Center who are in their Cancer Institute. And it is so important that if you know someone that's going through, you know, the tickets are only $10 to come out to all of our class presentations. And what we're doing is all the $10 will give us enough that we can give proceeds to the Washington Hospital Center Cancer Institute. This will be the third or fourth year that we bless them with $1,000+ from the Bennett Career Institute, and that's coming from you guys being able to be a blessing. So we're going to learn, we're going to show them how to do hand-sewn wigs and all of that, and then it's your job to come out and enjoy the show, and the proceeds from the show will go, everything will go to Washington Hospital Center, and their representatives will be there on that evening. Now, let me close out with kind of talking to everyone really good about the Celebrity Beauty Weekend. You have to make sure you go to the websites. January the 11th is going to be the industry party. That's where the celebrity meet and greet. That's where you get a chance to meet Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist, Reggie Wells. You get a chance to meet Danessa Myricks, Kevin James Bennett, Michaela Warabi, Tanner Jackson. And then we have a slew of hair celebrity artists that's coming in town. On Sunday and Monday, we're going to be at the Washington, D.C. Convention Center. We have vending booths. If anybody, we still have vending space open. Henry is available. If you need vending space, you need to call him at 202-526-1400, again, extension 18. What is important is the Celebrity Makeup Symposium. We are already 50% sold out. We need you to call and register. Even though I'm not in the office today, you still should call me today, because I just opened up 30 slots for teenagers 16 to 18 that want to learn how to do makeup artistry, that can become certified doing makeup, that want to come to the conference and be trained under these celebrity artists doing makeup. They will learn how to apply lashes. They will learn how to do their face. They will learn, and we're not trying to make little kids look like grown women, no. But this is an opportunity for them to go back to their high schools and tell the people that they can do prom makeup. Tell the people that they can do graduation makeup. To tell people that when they have fashion shows in the school, they can do the makeup, and they may want to train and teach other people how to do makeup so they can make their money back. The conference is $499, which includes they will get a full kit as well as brushes, the certification, the certificate, as well as 5 hands-on boot camp classes. You can't beat it. It's not for everybody, but we have 30 slots open. If you have a kid that may like makeup, and show them how to, we can show them how to wear makeup and how to look appropriate, you need to give me a call, and that's 202-526-1400, extension 19. That will ring on my desk. I will talk to your little niece, your cousin. To me, it's a great idea for a Christmas present, so they can start off the new year learning a trade, so they can go out and make money. They can do you know how much those little girls are paid to get their lashes on? They do it now. Mm-hmm. And somebody say, what you doing teaching 16, 18-year-old girls how to wear makeup? They already wear makeup, sweetie, and they look a hot mess. And I'm trying to show them how to look right. You're not supposed to take eyeshadow and take it from the bottom of your lid all the way to under your eyebrow. That's a problem, boo-boo. You look a crazy hot mess, and I want to help you, and I want to change your situation. And then let the young girl show mama how. Mama can't afford to do it, but let the young girl do it, and come back and show mama how to do it. Inside their kit will be everything that they would need to complete faces off of. So I think it's a really good opportunity.
And parents, it'll be good for your pockets as well, because then they won't have to rely on you so much. They'll have a summer job, or a way to save money for maybe even college or something like that. I mean, if they start early enough, I mean, this is a beautiful opportunity that's being open for them.
Yeah, I think that it is it's a great opportunity. So if you know anyone, right now it's only a $99 deposit. The rest of the money isn't due until the week before the conference, or the first week in January. The rest of the money is due.
Tell them about PayPal too.
Exactly. You can also register at www.Bennett Career Institute. There's 2 N's, 2 T's in Bennett, BennettCareerInstitute.org. You can register right online. Go through PayPal. Only thing you need is to have a PayPal account. It's free to have a PayPal account. By having a PayPal account, you got 6 months of free interest and penalties, 6 months of no payments if you don't want to make any payments. You know why that's good? because you can pay for your daughter, your granddaughter, your niece, and wait until your income tax check come back, because you will have 6 months in order to pay back PayPal. So that's the good thing, Henry, what we did. We made it affordable that you can, with payment plans, where you can put a little bit down, which is $99, and then you have, if you're going to pay out your pocket, you have up until January to pay it off. If you need more time, you can pay on PayPal right now today. www.bennettcareerinstitute.org. You fill out that form, and then from that form, it will go over to PayPal, and then you'll be able to have an opportunity to pay now. They will pay for you, and then you have up until 6 months to pay it back. So I think that those are the things that is crucial for you when we talk about the Celebrity Beauty Weekend in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Convention Center. So not only do we have booths there featuring hair, nails, facials, makeup artistry, pocketbooks, fashion gear, jewelry. We have all of that's going to be available. If you know someone that would like to be a part of the beauty weekend, working with the celebrity makeup and hair people, and you would like a vending space, you need to make sure you call Henry at 202-526-1400. Extension 18. So that is the Celebrity Makeup Symposium, the Celebrity Beauty Weekend. It's all going to be at the Convention Center, and we're going to have a really, really, really great time. For more information, check out our website at www.bennettcareerinstitute.org. Now, what's going to happen? If this is your first time listening, and if you never won anything on the show, let me give you the number. If you can name all 10 items, you can get a pair of the Red Pro flat irons that we have, and that number is 202-526-1400, extension 19. You need to call now. Give me all 10 items on the answer machine. If you get all 10 right, make sure you leave your name and your phone number so Henry can call you back with the good news. And we're only taking the first 2 callers. We're going to give you the Red Pro flat irons if you win. Now, so don't forget, everyone, 526-1400, extension 18 or 19. That's for vendors. That's for if you want to register your daughter, your niece, or your nephew, your son, as well as if you want to win the prize. All right, everybody, my time is up. I'm glad that you enjoyed the holiday, this holiday, Henry. I know you had a good time this weekend. We'll talk about that online, but my time is up, everybody. Remember, pamper yourself. It's your duty. Why?
Because you are worth it.
That was real slow. All right, everyone, have a good week. Thank you so much.